broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we can walk it out. Move mountains, we can walk it out and move mountains. And I rise like the day, I rise unafraid, I rise up, and I do it 1,008 times again.
This is your fight. You're not just fighting for the championship, you're fighting for your family, for your kids, for your parents, for your husband, for your wife. You're fighting for your dreams. How much fight you willing to give? You got everything you need to win this fight. Everything. But it's up to you. You have to make the decision to get up when you get knocked down. When you look in the mirror, do you see a fighter? Do you? Are you going to let others limit you? Are you going to live life on the offense or on the defense? Who's calling the shots in your life? Are you going to rise up or continue to be knocked down? What are you afraid of? What's holding you back? You're going to fall down. And I don't have any doubt you're going to get back up. The question is, how fast will you get back up?
And we'll rise up, high like the waves, we'll rise up, in spite of the ache, we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,008 times again.
I'm in your corner. I believe in you. If we rise up today, nothing can stop us. Are you ready to rise up? Can I just be real with you for a few minutes? I want to tell you a story. It was about 2 weeks ago. It was 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I got up, I started reading a book that I had picked up before, and it just hadn't hit me, and I laid it down, and I picked it up, started reading it, and I got a little emotional. It kind of took me back. It took me back to when I was teaching school, and Cindy was running daycare out of the home. We were living in a little farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. We didn't have anything extra. We were happy, but we had nothing extra. Our finances, they're broken down and tired. We had decided to try a home-based business. Our business builder kit arrived. There wasn't anything special. It wasn't bright and shiny. It didn't have a light beaming and saying, "You're going to be successful," written all over it. It looked like a pizza box. Just a cardboard box. Cindy and I sat on that floor and we started pulling stuff out of that box. You know, I think of the word FOMO. You may know it as the fear of missing out, but here it works. We say it's the fear of missing an opportunity. You know, when you think of that word fear just jumps out at you. Some people think fear stands for forget everything and run. You know people like that? As soon as it gets tough, They forget it. They just start running. But Cindy and I decided that day to let fear stand for face everything and rise.
Woo! Yes!
Rise up, just like you just heard. It was our time to rise up. Say the words, rise up.
Rise up!
We decided to rise up, say it, rise up. You know, just like many of the stories that I've heard today, Cindy and I actually were thinking $500 extra a month. It seemed like such a mountain at the time. But we had to choose to rise up. We had to choose to open that box, cardboard, old box that looked like a pizza box. We had to decide to open it. And I tell you, the fear of missing opportunity back then was scary, just like it is today. We know it's not easy. You're going to get knocked down. But what if Cindy and I's fear of missing that opportunity wasn't big enough back then? We had no idea that that pizza box was going to change our lives, our kids' lives, those that are close to us. But we said, let's go for it. Let's rise up. You know, Cindy and I, we didn't know what a customer was or a rep was at that time. But I realize now that if we didn't step out of that comfort zone and dream, we wouldn't be here today. That pizza box was an opportunity. It was the beginning. We committed to the opportunity, and that set us on the path, the very beginning, that later led to It Works. That pizza box was an opportunity. It was the beginning. It's what led us here. That pizza box led us to a company that's paying out over 100,000 distributors monthly around the world.
Woo!
That pizza box led us to when people said debt-free wasn't sexy, when people told us that wouldn't sell. Opening that box led us to paying out $175 million being earned in good bonuses. And like I said, that wasn't commissions. That was on top of. That pizza box led to this full arena and over 20,000 people watching us right now. That's what we call an opportunity cost. So what was the opportunity cost of opening that box? It was multi-millions. It was beyond $1 billion because of what came out of that opportunity. It was thousands and thousands of lives being changed. We had no idea that box would lead to this. You know, we've been hearing from Black Diamonds. I think of Joel and Steph. They sold furniture in order to buy their business builder kit. What was the opportunity cost that they went from selling a couch to sitting on a white couch on stage?
Woo! Yes!
Why? Because they had to fight. They had the It Works fight. You know, I think of Cammie. She was living in a trailer when she started her It Works adventure. What was her opportunity cost? She became a fighter so that she could have more for her family. What's your opportunity cost? What's your opportunity cost because you're not willing to fight every month of the year? What are you leaving on the table? What are you leaving behind? I tell you right now, there's always an opportunity cost. My opportunity cost right now is I'm going all in.
Woo!
I want my team to change more lives than ever before. You know, I heard this. I've heard it this weekend. Some of you think we're getting too big. Some of you said to me, remember the old days? We got to hang out a little more. We could take a picture. Well, that's right. You're right. We're getting a little too big. But here's what too big means. Too big means we're setting a lot more people free.
Yes! Yes!
Too big means we're letting a lot more people stay at home with their families.
Woo!
Too big means we're giving more people the opportunity to dream, pay off more debt, checking off more dreams off your dream board. We're giving back more. That's too big. And I'll tell you this. If you think we're too big now, if you think 175 million and paying off debt is a big number, you ain't seen nothing yet. But I'll tell you this. If you don't believe me, just watch. You know, every year at conference, I love talking to our leaders. I was amazed and touched by how many new people are sitting here this time. Every year at conference, leaders are made.
Yes.
Every year, people make a choice to say, I'm not going to sit here another year and let this go by. We have VIPs that were in the last row of conference last year, but because they said, no more will I fear the opportunity, they're sitting right here in front of me. What would mine and Cindy's life look like if we had sat down on the floor in a house in the middle of nowhere and opened that pizza box? What if Cindy and I had not pushed forward? What if we'd listened to a lot of people who told us you can't do this? What if we had settled for medocracy? What if we had settled for that? What if we would have given up? What if? What if you didn't open your business builder kit? What if you didn't take this opportunity? What if you decided, you know, it could be our time, but I really don't have time right now? What if Joel and Steph didn't choose to sell the couch? What if Cammie said, you know, living in this trailer is not that bad? What if Denise and Brandon said, well, we're making money. We don't need more. What if you chose not to come to the conference this week? What if you chose not to buy your plane ticket and fly down here? But you know what? I don't want to say, what if we didn't? Let's talk about what if you did.